Welcome, folks, to Streaming Church TV. This is our video blog. We do this live, but then we archive it later to streamingchurch.tv to our previously recorded episodes. So if you happen to be watching us live, we can take some questions for you. But if you are watching this recorded, you can always ask us questions by going to support@streamingchurch.tv, info@streamingchurch.tv, and we'll just leave it at that. We have lots of emails.
Yes.
Support or info@streamingchurch.tv, and we'd be happy to answer any questions you have. My name is Phil Thompson, and I am Executive Director of Streaming Church TV, and with me is our President and Founder, Steve Lacy.
Good morning.
Good morning, Steve. Nice to have you here. How's your day going so far?
Doing okay.
All right, good. Well, we're excited to be talking to today about several things. Today we're going to talk about online small groups. We call them online life groups at my church, but small group ministry, what else is it called? Care group ministry, life groups. There's lots of different names for small
Cell
groups.
groups.
Cell groups is another one that was popular back in the 80s. And so small groups are people that get together usually during the week in different homes in different areas, not necessarily homes, but different areas. And they're made up of the church, whatever church they might attend. So we'll talk a little bit about an online small group here in a moment. We also want to talk about apps. We actually have a new streamingchurch.tv phone app, and Steve will tell you about that in a moment. And then a little later on here in the show, if we have a moment or so, we're going to talk to you a little bit about a video capture device that we highly recommend called a Valley ADVC55. And we'll tell you about that in a moment. But, almost fell apart there. So, Steve, what do you want to start with first? You want to talk a little bit about the app?
Sure. Let's talk about the app.
All right, let's go with the app. Tell us a little bit about an app. First of all, this is a phone app that you would download on your phone. And, what's an app do anyhow, for those who may not be...
So what this is about, we've kind of started small with this first app. So it's geared towards streamingchurch.tv, or actually includes all the customers. So what it does now is it allows you to click a Now Broadcasting button, and it'll go through and query the system for anyone that is broadcasting, and give you a listing of who all is broadcasting and how many people are attending each broadcast. And there's some tools in there to help you find your church if you're looking for your specific church. And you click on the Now Broadcasting link, and it'll take you on the phone to the live broadcast.
Okay. So if your church happens to stream with us, you should get this app for your phone or your mobile device. Why?
Well, what you could do is you encourage the people in your church to download the app, and then they can attend while on the go. It's a convenient way to get to your online service. It's similar to going to the website on your phone, but this is just an app that's geared for
maybe a little quicker,
just this. Yeah,
should work a little more efficiently. So obviously they're going to look for their church so they can watch their church stream, and that will be easy for them to find.
Right. Or you can actually drop in on any church.
You could drop in on any church.
And that's actually been a pretty beneficial thing, because we're both part of the leadership here at Alive, and getting insight into what other churches are doing really helps the leadership of your church, just to see. And it's a real easy way to drop in on a service and see how other people do church. Right. And you can get some good ideas. We've gotten some really good ideas from other churches.
That's right. We've borrowed some ideas. But honestly, most churches I know, and we're one of those, we want to share as much information as we can to help you, to help any church. That's just the philosophy here at Alive Church, and we blow the horn here a lot about Alive Church because we both go here. But there's some great churches out there that stream with us and don't stream with us too, and so it is good. It is very important to occasionally just see what other people are doing. There's nothing wrong with that. It's a bigger world out there, and sometimes we get so caught up and so focused on what we're doing at our church that sometimes we miss out on some things that other people are doing that it's more effective, could help the ministry.
So the app, back to the app has the live portion of it, and it will stream to your Android device or the iPhone. Right now, we've only released the app in the Google Play store. That's what they call it now.
Right.
And so, but within a week or two, we should see it in the iPhone App Store as well. So it does the live broadcast piece, and it also has the on-demand, so that you click the on-demand, find your church, and it'll show all of the on-demand streaming material that you have available for each of the churches.
So archives, it'll play the archives.
It'll play the archives as well. And then there's just, that's simply a link to the Streaming Church website. We've got some plans for some future things that we haven't incorporated yet. We wanted to build in a kind of a My Church deal where you can go through and you can say, well, I've downloaded the app and I want to just associate with my church. And so you can go through and find your church in the list and then go through and just say, set the thing to just give me information on my church.
All right. So you can customize it, and then once you actually
that is in the pipe. And the other thing that's in the pipe is the sister product we have is MyFlock, and there's a lot of features that we can deploy to the phone for the MyFlock side of things. So we're going to be probably releasing a MyFlock equivalent app. And then lastly is we'll be developing some apps for the churches that will be branded and set up for the church. So going to probably next build one for Alive here, and just whatever you want to see within that app. Some popular requests have been to include, obviously include the streaming piece of it. Other popular requests is giving upcoming events, access to the prayer board that's part of the MyFlock system. I want to include, say, the member directory and that sort of thing, so you have all of your church member contacts there. So,
okay, cool. And MyFlock is our website. It's kind of our sister company, although it's more than a sister, I guess. But MyFlock is our website side of things, and Streaming Church TV is obviously the streaming side of things. So now you're going to eventually tweak this Streaming Church TV app that can be on the phone, and they get that by going to how do they get this app?
So the easiest way to get it is to go to your Google Play Store and search on Streaming Church, all one word.
Okay.
So, and I think we're the only app that will match that that return query. So you'll see the app, you just click on it, install. It does cost $85, but it's a quick. No, I'm just kidding.
I was going to say, it does? I didn't know that.
No, it is a free app.
That would be cheap, though.
It is a free app, so yeah.
So it's a free app. So, all right, so go to your Google Play
Store is what it's called now. It used to be called the Google Marketplace. Right, okay. Now they renamed it, I don't know, about a month ago or so.
Yeah, it seemed like it was pretty quick. And, of course, this is for Android. So eventually, though, people have iPhones, iPads. That's going to be available on the iPad. What's the iPad store? I don't even know what they call it.
It's called the App Store.
App Store, there you go. So that will be happening soon. So now what if churches out there say, you know what, can you build me a custom app for my church? Is that something you would do?
Yeah, that's something that we could do.
Okay.
So, we can set up completely branded, including releasing it into the App Store or the Google Play Store. So if you're interested in an app
specifically for your church.
Yeah, for your church, we can
do that.
We can build you one.
And you'll do it for free.
There probably will be a fee for that.
There would be a fee for that.
Yeah, so
but I'm sure it'll be reasonable.
Yeah, it'll be actually very reasonable. Probably be very similar to getting a Roku channel set up for a church as well. So right around that ballpark.
And now there are people going, what's Roku? So we'll talk about Roku in a little bit. We've talked about it before. All right, so that's cool. So that's happening. That's already in place, and you're kind of working out some of the bugs in it.
Yeah, there's a couple of kinks in there we're working out, but
awesome. Well, that's great, Steve. Good job. Okay, so the app is coming up. So if you need more information on that, just go to support. Just email us at support@streamingchurch.tv and ask about the Streaming Church TV app, and we will get you some information on that. Again, just support@streamingchurch.tv, And then I would imagine eventually we'll have a link on our website.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. We have a mobile version of our website already set up.
That's true.
We need to add a link that says install this app.
Yeah, we need to do that. And I'm sure you'll do that here as the bugs get worked out of it. Good, awesome, okay. All right, so that's exciting news. Now, we've got a couple things we want to cover today besides online live groups or online small groups that we mentioned earlier. And that is, we have talked about this in the past. We've teased people about this in the past. When you're going to stream, you most of the time are going to need some kind of a video capture device. So the process here is you have a camera or cameras, you have maybe a switcher if you're using multiple cameras, and then from the switcher it's going to the computer, but that's not always the case. You have to have some kind of a video capture device most of the time, correct? Most
of the time, yes. Either you either need video capture device either through a video card,
right,
or the other route that you can go is if your camera has FireWire out and your computer has FireWire in.
Just go right in.
You can connect them directly out.
Go right into it. I was a little confused on that at times, and Eric clarified that to me in a nice way. And he won't watch this, so let's bash Eric. No, we love Eric and Wayne over there.
He was kind.
He was very kind. They're great people over there. They're wonderful people, but they like to get on my case because I give them a hard time too. So we have a lot of fun. All right, so one of the things that we are recommending is if you have a camera or cameras and you have switchers, that you go with a Grass Valley ADVC55 card. Now this is if you've got composite coming out
or S-video
coming out of one of your devices, either the camera or the switcher, and then this device captures all that good stuff, all your video, and then sends it out on the other end. In fact, shall we open it up?
Sure.
Can we do this without creating a problem here? And it will actually send it out through FireWire. And we are heartily recommending Fire. I'm going to break the box.
No, there you go.
We are heartily recommending FireWire. In fact, there's FireWire right here.
Yeah,
right?
That's the FireWire cable.
A little manual for it here. And why are we saying FireWire is the way to go? Well, this is small.
Yeah, it is a small little device.
Why do we recommend FireWire?
I think it just boils down to the it just works notion.
Okay.
I mean, there's other alternatives, but 99 times out of 100, you're going to plug that thing in to your. If you've got the FireWire connection to your computer, and it's just going to work.
Right. And so, of course, FireWire actually was developed by Apple, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. A lot of things were originally developed by Apple.
Right. Yeah, you're an Apple guy.
Yeah, I'm an Apple guy.
All right. So it's a small little device, and the price is roughly $175, roughly.
Yeah, right around there.
Okay. And again, composite. Well, I call it RCA cables.
Yeah.
The yellow, white, red.
Yes.
Plugs into that, or if you have an S-video, you can plug in on one side. Probably can't see that very well. And then on the other end, it comes out with FireWire and goes into your computer. Now, what if you have a computer that doesn't have a FireWire port?
So then you're going to want to pick up a FireWire card.
And that's about what, $35?
Yeah.
So you drop.
They're even the prices range. They'll be even cheaper than that, but
right.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's an important thing. So my understanding on this, Steve, and you can correct me on this, but this Grass Valley little device ADVC55, you can Google it if you want, Grass Valley ADVC55. This device really does a lot of the processing and makes it easier on your computer. So your computer doesn't have to work as hard to process and get bogged down and create problems with your streaming.
Right. So it's an analog to digital converter, so it does some of the work of taking your signal and converting it for you. So.
And there's other devices out there. There's other things. I mean, we in the past have recommended Pinnacle's Dazzle, although it seems like there's been some issues with Dazzle lately.
Yeah, I mean, there all are alternatives, but we recommend this route mainly because we're going to get fewer follow-up calls.
Right, and make it easier for you if you're streaming.
And it's just going to work 95 times out of 100. And whereas Pinnacle, you may have some issues with drivers or things like that.
I'm using a video capture device right now. It's called GigaWare. And I literally, because I have a laptop, and we do this real portable. I mean, we're streaming right now from the auditorium of our church. We're not using our church's expensive cameras. We're not using their TriCaster. We're not using a lot of things that they have here because we just do it real simple and we don't want to mess them up if they come in here on the weekends. So I'm using a little GigaWare device that I got at Radio Shack, which is a video capture device, but it doesn't have FireWire going out. It just goes into a USB port into my laptop. We would not recommend that if you're doing heavy-duty church streaming. You know, if you're doing little portable things like we do from time to time, go to coffee shops, do some simple stuff that's not really heavy-duty, that stuff works.
Right. This will do. I mean, this Grass Valley makes all of the high-end video equipment, so this is probably one of their least expensive products. So it's going to be a high-quality experience with that.
And if you have a different type of output on your camera, like let's say you have, I don't know, there's different outputs on different cameras depending on how expensive they are, HDMI, gosh, there's other stuff out there. So obviously this device would not work for that. You've got to have either S-video or composite. But there are other Grass Valley devices that you can purchase that will fit the input and the output. So we want to recommend that. So that's good. So let us know if you're having trouble streaming. We are here to help you, and it's not just Steve and I. I mean, there's other guys here that do this, that work with us, and we can. I mean, the chances are really, really high that we're going to solve your problem.
Oh yeah.
I mean, very high. It may involve you maybe having to switch some equipment. Doesn't mean you have to spend a lot of money necessarily, but it might mean you have to modify something on your equipment a little bit. But we can, one of our things is we want to help you stream. And so if you're having issues streaming, do not hesitate to call us or email us. I run into people all the time where I'll be talking to a customer who's been with us for a while, and they say, yeah, it's doing okay, we have this happens. I'm going, well, why haven't you called us? That's an easy fix. Oh, well, I don't know, just didn't do it, And I understand. I mean, I'm kind of mocking here, but I understand. We're involved in ministry, and we get busy in ministry, church stuff. It is, crazy. And so it's easy to put things off and just so, but don't put it off. If you're having issues, call us. And we will, if we don't have the answer right away, we will get the answer for you. So call us toll free or support. Just go to streamingchurch.tv for all that information. All right, good.
All right.
You want to say more about this?
No, I think we got it covered.
It's a nice device. I think I'm going to take this home, except I don't have FireWire. So. All right, so the thing we were going to also talk about today a little bit was online small groups, or what we call online life groups at our church.
Right, and you are quite the pioneer in this area, right?
Well, I don't know if I'm the pioneer, but we have been doing it here at my church.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been doing it. I'll fix this up later so we don't get so much noise here. We determined a while back that we stream our services on the weekends, and we thought it would be good for some people, especially those people that are not in town, and even some that are in the community here, that if they could go online during the week and attend a small group meeting online, it would enhance and benefit their life. We are always pushing small groups at our church because we believe that it's a cliche, but we do believe that as we grow larger, you have to grow smaller. And by that I mean getting together and making friends and creating relationships in smaller groups that meet during the week, or maybe Sunday afternoon or something, or Saturday night, whatever works for you guys. We have found that's an effective way. It's an effective way to build your spiritual life. And as leaders here in the congregation, we see it as a great way for people to grow and grow spiritually and help people connect with God and connect with other people. There was a study out years ago. I think the average person can only make about 50 or 60 friends. you can't, and you can't even get intimate with that. You know?
Right. Yeah, you can maintain, I think it was 100 or 150
Is that what it is?
relationships.
Maybe that's it.
But it's not necessarily deep relationships. It's just you can kind of keep track of.
I can't even do that. I am just disabled in that area. But you really, you know, to have, and small groups are a way to make friends. Now, one of the things I will say about small groups is we've determined that small groups are not, we don't push people to go to small groups to build intimate relationships. Although that can happen, we push people to go to small groups because to make friends, and just to make friends on whatever level you're comfortable with. And then from there, maybe you'll get a click with somebody in your small group, and you can get to know that person a little better, and you know, have coffee more often and build more of an intimate relationship. But we kind of backed off on the idea of go to a group to get an intimate relationship, because that's not always the case and scares people off anyhow. So again, we do stuff all over the city here at Alive Church, but we decided it would be good to have an online small group.
All right. So how did that get started?
How do you do that? Well, that's hard to do. At Streaming Church TV, we have a nice little platform here, and you can certainly do something like that. You could do a small group with your platform, and by the way, there's lots of churches doing this now, so it's not just us. Let me share with you what one church is doing, and I can't remember their name right now, but they watch a service from actually our friends over at Life Church TV, and it's in a different city. And they all, and Life Church presents not just live services, but I call it simulated live. They probably don't like me to say that, but they run their services throughout the week that's been pre-recorded. And they have people online chatting, and just like you would do with a live, and live prayer and all that. So they have multiple services throughout the week. So this one guy got the idea that, hey, I can't get my friends to go to church, but I can get them to come over to my house and watch this service on a TV, big screen TV. Maybe they're using Roku or something, I don't know. And they're watching the service in their living room, and there's about probably 15 or 20 people now. It started small and maybe even larger. I just saw the video. And they are it's really a small group that meets, and they're watching a weekend service. And so there's interaction after the service, before and after the service. You know, there's coffee, donuts, all that good stuff. And they're building relationships. So that is one way to do an online group. You could do that.
Sounds kind of like a home church or kind of thing.
Yeah, it does kind of like a home church. Yeah, it does. And again, nothing wrong with that. But that is a smaller group of people meeting, and they're watching either live. And we've had people do that with our church. They're watching live services up, like we have some friends up in West Coast, up in Northwest, who gather people around the home, and they watch the service live. And it's kind of a group for them. So that's an option. That's an option for a smaller group meeting during the week, or during, you know, a weekend, where they can either watch it live or watch an archive. Now, there's another option, too.
Yeah, what are other options?
There are other options here, which don't necessarily involve Streaming Church TV's platform. There are some things like Skype. Skype is a program out there, a company out there that is known. You can do video calls on Skype. You can do regular phone calls on Skype on your computer.
Guess one of the big distinctions, I think, is, you know, when you're doing church, it's typically a worship band, the pastor delivering to a bunch of people. And so our platform's kind of geared for that.
Right.
Whereas when you get into the small group, and they're not in the same room watching the same service, but they're all located, you know, throughout the country or throughout the city, it's more of, I mean, small groups more of not one guy presenting and everybody listening, but everybody talking and interacting.
Exactly.
So Skype gives you the ability to transmit your video to everyone else, and just so that everyone can see everybody else.
Yeah, the people, if they choose to, can have video running on their computer, their laptop, whatever it is. So Skype is a device that, you know, you can use it in business. I actually use it.
So is the group deal, is there a fee for that, or can you? I've done Skype two-way with the video.
I do pay a small fee for Skype. I know Skype is free, but I believe if you want to do larger group, you do have to pay something. But it's very nominal. It's like, don't know if it's like $10 a month or $12 a month or something. So Skype's an option, and the way that just simply works is, as Steve was saying, you might have one person that's a leader, but you have other people that log on Skype. And again, it's not hard. I mean, it's really not hard. You download the Skype program. You got to make sure you have some kind of a video camera. If you want to be on video, you don't have to be on video. Some kind of a microphone device, certainly headphones, or if you don't want any of that and you want to just chat with typing text while you watch other people talk and listen, you can do that. So Skype is one option to do that. So you might have, in our groups that we've done where my church has been, I mean, generally we only have the most 6, 7 people online, 8 people online. It's been a little smaller.
It's bigger than our small group was for a very long time.
Really? Well, so I mean, that's an option. And of course, you know, as we talk about small group ministry here, you know, as Steve was saying earlier, it's not designed to have one guy talking at you all the time. It's designed to have interaction. And so, you know, you need to kind of have some ideas on how to run a small group so that you don't have one person dominating the thing or whatever. And so online stuff is it's very doable. Skype is an option. Another option out there is TalkBox, TOKBOX. They have made some changes where you could actually embed, I believe, their stuff on your existing website. And it works kind of the same way. You'll have little blocks of video, little pictures of video on a screen, and you can hear people talk, interact, chat. You can share notes. There's ways to share documents, share videos during the group. So that's one. I just saw one today that somebody was recommending to me. I forget what it was called.
You said one thing that when I participated on these, that you're going to want a microphone and a headset.
Yes. If you want to really talk.
Yeah, if you want to talk and participate. Why is that?
Well, obviously if you're...
So if I've got a microphone and speakers on my computer...
Most of the time, if you don't wear a headset, most of the time you're going to get feedback. I mean, I notice the headset here. You're going to have sometimes feedback. Sometimes it will be fine. You know, it's 2012... It's the internet. You'd think things are really way advanced, but there are times you run into bumps and glitches, and there are issues sometimes that people have where you get feedback or echo sounds. We were using Adobe Connect, which is another program similar to that, but is a lot more expensive. We were using it last semester. Compliments of Michael Gray, who was paying for it because his company was using it. And we had some issues with that, too. I mean, we had echo and some things. So it is important to have I would recommend, if you're going to participate, have some kind of a headset like this. It doesn't have to be expensive. It can be cheap, but it works.
It's just getting the speaker away from the microphone, because on your laptop, it's...
And to be quite frank, and there's other companies that do this. Gosh, there's several out there. I don't have them in my brain right now what they are. But I will say this, that bandwidth can be an issue. Just like when we're talking about streaming your church services, if your bandwidth isn't good, it can be an issue at your home and at other people's homes, because we're talking, 5 or 6 people at least online. That can be an issue. So it's not the perfect scenario, but it is a great way to connect with people that may be attending your churches online and they're somewhere else in the country that are watching your church services online. You can present to them something that's available to them during the week, and again, they can connect a little better to you, and because there are some people that are watching services all over the world, but for some reason they're not going to a local church. Maybe they're disabled, maybe they just can't, for whatever reason, get there. Small group online is something that I would strongly consider pursuing, and you can start small, but like anything else, you want to make sure you have good leaders.
Because you're going to need somebody to lead the...
You're going to need people leading that, and they've got to be good small group leaders to do that. So very valuable option, and I would encourage people to try it. If you have questions, again, you can email me, Phil, Phil, at streamingchurch.tv, or again, support@streamingchurch.tv will certainly help we'll give you some information on what we've got, and we'll even give you some other options, so... All right, we're just about out of time here, Steve.
We are out of time.
Folks, we are always available to you, always, 24/7. got issues on the weekend, call our toll-free number. That toll-free number, Steve, is?
866-852-6648.
Okay, and you can always go to streamingchurch.tv to find that number.
Right.
Or email us at support.
Right.
That's the best way. Some of our customers have my direct line, they have yours, but it's probably better to call the toll-free line on the weekends anyhow. So
right.
Awesome. Okay, Steve. Well, I'm excited about the app that you're developing for Streaming Church TV, which is available now. I'm also excited about some other things coming up with the different other apps and this Grass Valley thing we were talking about earlier, and of course small groups. So thanks for being here today.
All right. Thanks for having us.
Well, folks, we appreciate you, and check out our archives. Anytime that we can help you again, please let us know. Have yourself a great day and a great weekend. And for all of us, I'm Phil Thompson. This is Steve Lacy. For all of us here at Streaming Church TV, God bless you guys. Take care.